What's going on YouTube? It's the Dark Lord Destro. Made another video. Not gonna have any fancy tutorials. Not gonna have any fancy music in the background. This is Real Talk session number 2, addressing Mr. Benny Noname. Now, just to tell you what happened tonight, he was in a party. I was invited to a party. I was asked my opinion about certain things. And so the conversation was going on for a few minutes, and all of a sudden the conversation turned to Benny accused me of accusing me of being scared to play him. And of course, I've got anger issues. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front. And he attacked that, started saying I'm scared and this and that and that and the third. So, I succumbed to my anger. And I started playing. Well, I used the 83 Redskins. I told him from the get-go that the 83 Redskins, that they were hexed. As everyone knows, I make teams, hex teams. In case you don't know, I have a website that has 44 teams on it. But for some reason, Benny Noname, every time we have a conversation, wants to act brand new. As if, I don't know if he has amnesia or something, I don't know. But this is how he acts. Okay, so yes, I was clowning him for his 400-pound running back. I knew what was going on, but you know what? I didn't want to hear his mouth. So he told me to bring my most hex team. Now, I don't have a most hex team. I did against Cheezers, jacking everybody up to 127, but why am I going to do that? I make teams to be about the real. And so I picked my 83 Redskins. And if you go to ProFootballReference.com and you look up the roster for the 1983 Washington Redskins, you'll see that they had 7 All-Pros first-teamers on there. And the criteria that I got from Coach P419 is that when they're first-team All-Pro, they're a gold. So there's 7 golds on that team, and that is the way it is. So this is what he said: Bring your great hex team, buddy. That's what he said. Bring your great hex team. And that's what I did. And so we played. I scored. And then he scored. And then I think it was 3rd and 10 or something like that. And I saw it coming. And what he does is this: he does the wide receiver glitch. And what I mean is he'll send the wide receiver in motion, and as soon as the wide receiver gets behind the offensive line, he hikes the ball so the receiver can go clear. He goes up freely between the offensive line and the defensive line, and he gets basically a free shot. Well, I saw it coming, so I was there. I was waiting for it, so I went to guard him manually with my middle linebacker. Well, then he has this fat running back, 400-pound, 6'5" running back, Marshawn Lynch. Now, I think last I checked, Marshawn Lynch is like, what, 5'10", 5'11", 225, 230 or something like that. I don't recall. But I know he's not 6'5", 400 pounds. Well, nevertheless, I had a Darrell Green who was 5'9", who was 178, 180 pounds, but also was the fastest man in NFL during that time. And anyone who knows football, especially back in those days, know this. If you don't know, that's why they have a website called YouTube to where you research this stuff. And so what happened was he went to throw the ball. First of all, he threw the ball short. And then all I did was jump in front of his dude and caught the ball. And that's when he just acted a fool and this and that. And so I said, you know what? I was done. I was up 14-7, and I just quit. And I was like, I'm done. Went in, just quit the game. Went in and just blocked him, deleted him off my friends list, and I'm done. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I had 44 teams, and that's the work that I have over the last 3 years. There are probably another 30, 40 some teams I had on my old Xbox that I don't have anymore. So I know I've made over 100 teams, or close to 200 teams, since this game has been out. But with this hexing alone, I probably made a little over 100 teams in the last 3.5 years. Okay? As I said in the Absolute Power Corrupts Absolutely video from 3 years ago, I specifically said that my intent is to hex. I'm all about the real. If a person is 6'2", 250 pounds in the NFL, he needs to be 6'2", 250 pounds in this game. No exceptions. Okay? If you got a Marshawn Lynch, he needs to have the right height and weight. I am so particular, and my friends would tell you, I made a Chicago Bears team, and when I thought I thought I had the right socks, or I couldn't get the right socks, and I had World E 419 tell me, no, they're the wrong socks, and it's in the game, and I went back and looked at it, you know what I did? I went and redid the entire team because the socks weren't right. I made sure that a face mask is right, an elbow pad, either has whole glove or palms with a stinger sticking out of the top. I make sure that the game is legit. So when I'm playing a game or you're using any of my teams, you know that's Doug Williams out there, or you know that's John Riggins out there, or you know that's whoever I create, whoever team you make, that is out there. You realize it takes an average between 5 to 8 hours to create each team? And if I, like for example, the Dallas Cowboy team, to where a majority of it was done, but even all the craziness I did last night, still took me 5 hours. You know that 2005 Redskin team took me 15 hours to make, hexing hours, 15 hours. I am all about the real. I'm too old for the foolishness. I put in this work so that others do not have to. They can go on my website and build a team. You know why I hex? It ain't for me. I could care less about Dallas Cowboys or Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm a Redskins fan since 1982. I can just make Redskin teams and call it a day. No. But now I understand everybody's not a Redskin fan, so I make teams. And you know what the process I do? I don't just make teams and just slap anything on them. You know what I do? A good example is in the 1979 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. People was in the party and they can hear me playing the 1979 championship game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. They can hear it in the background. They're like, wow, Destro, man, you put in work. I said, yes, I do. Because I was only 3 years old back then, so I wasn't watching football back then, So I'm watching the plays. I'm watching how they play, each player that I created. I'm listening to the commentators to see, if they, what their opinions. If they say, oh man, he's very good at grabbing loose balls and grabbing fumbles, and he has a knack for picking for interceptions, I hex accordingly. Coach P419 does the same. Him and his crew, World E, Sense Be Pimpin', Money on My Mind. We're all about the real, man. And to me, after tonight, I'm just done with the foolishness. As I was saying, it's the constant foolishness that you gotta deal with. I was avoiding them, kept on my friends list. He would invite me to parties. I didn't join in because it's whatever. I didn't want to be bothered. You go into the parties, all this bunch of bickering between him and Dash and Dave. It's just to me, I'm just too old for it. This game shouldn't be stressful. I shouldn't have to play anyone and feel stressed. That's not how it's supposed to be. And so, of course, he's just yelling, running him out. Let's go back to what he was saying. Oh, well, you can't complain about my 400-pound running back when you got silvers and bronze with 4 or 5 abilities. Okay. Well, since we're on that subject, I have the All-Pro Editor screen right here for you to look at. Let's check something out, shall we? Let's see. Let's take halfbacks. And let's take all the bronze halfbacks. Now, when you create a bronze player without hexing, you're only allowed 1 ability. Okay, as you can see, the programmers of the game have bronze players. Okay, you have 2 abilities right here. You've got 4. You've got 4. You've got 3. You've got 2. You've got 2 here. Okay, let's look at receivers. You've got 3, 2, 2, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 2, 3, 3. Okay. So once again, like I always say, what's the difference between me and 2K and the guy working at 2K Sports? The only difference is he's on 2K's payroll and I'm not. He got paid for his work. I don't get paid for my work. Okay? The fact of the matter is that he acts a fool as someone that has 4 or 5 abilities. Okay? What difference does that make? If you see a guy, okay, he may be a decent player in NFL, but if he has a skill set that you see on film, it should be applied on the game. Please, someone who's into real football, who knows the NFL, please tell me I'm wrong so I can take you to school and hurt your feelings. Okay? You know, just because a guy's not a all-time this, or he's a mediocre player who, you know, he's probably second string or probably, you know, the third or fourth receiver on the team, that does not mean that he doesn't have a skill set. You know, he might just be a return specialist in agility, but he doesn't have the hands, he doesn't have the speed, he doesn't have the agility. Therefore, he can't be a bronze. I'm sorry, he can't be a gold or silver. He's got to be a bronze. The same thing goes to a silver, you know. Okay, so he may not be a top-notch all-pro like a Jerry Rice, but he might be, you know, a pretty good, you know, a decent player, you know, like a Ed McCaffrey who played for the Broncos, or Andre Reed who played for the Bills. So, you know, you rate him there, like a Wes Welker. Okay, if you made a Wes Welker, I would agree that you make him a silver. Okay, let's agree. We know Wes Welker has soft hands. 1, we know that Wes Welker is a great route runner. 2, we also know that Wes Welker has agility. 3, that's 3 already. What else Wes Welker has? See, agility, hands, route running. What else does he have? I don't want to say a speed burner, but at least that's 3 abilities, and plus his skill set. So once again, that kills any argument. So if you're one of those types that say, well, you've got 4 or 5 abilities on a silver or a bronze, I don't want to hear that, because I just proved to you, and a real NFL person will tell you that just because you have, you know, your skill level may not be at a certain point, you're not at a certain, if you're not an elite player, that does not mean you don't have the skill set. This is common sense. Okay, a 6'5", 400-pound running back in the NFL does not make any sense. A big person that fast cannot, a 6'5", 400-pound person that big could not run that fast in the NFL. And then if he did, he would die in a heart attack by the second quarter. And that's real talk. You know, when I was in high school, I was 265 pounds, but you know what? I ran a 5 flat. I was the fastest. I was beating dudes who were 195, 200 pounds. Why? Because I lifted weights. I was always a big guy and solid, but I worked out and I trained. I like eating buffets too. That's beside the point. The fact is that I stayed in shape. Wasn't a big guy laying around doing nothing. I lifted weights. That's how I was able to be 265 pounds and still run a 5 flat. When other cats who were 200 some pounds, I was faster than them. It's all about, you know, skill set. I don't mean to jump off subject with that, you know, comparing myself back in high school, but I'm trying to tell you, you know, it's all about the real. You know, if a guy's 6'5", 250 pounds in the game, in the NFL, he needs to be the same way in this game. You know, it's just I got a point to where I'm done. I am really done. It's got to the point that now I'd rather hex teams and make teams for you all to play. Hopefully you're downloading them. You know, I do it for you all. Whoever's interested, who wants to play a team and don't have the time to hex, I do it for you all, not for me. And, you know, it's gotten to the point now, you know, I have to screen out people. I don't even want to play, but what, World E, Coach, B.A. Boswick, Money on My Mind, Sense be Pimpin'. I mean, what's the point? What's the point? It's got to point out I played, what, 5 dudes? You know, I played World E last week, I think 4 or 5 times in a 3-day span. I don't mind it. Him and I have great games. So why do I have to keep playing the same dudes? I mean, if I got to do that, then so be it, because we're all about the real. You know? the fact is that even Coach P got on me. He was like, man, you know how he is, so why'd you even stoop to his level, even playing him? I said, man, he got to me, man, and I succumbed to my anger. He's like, man, just think. He goes, what would you do if you saw me? This is Coach P saying this. What would you do? You saw me, know who I am. What would you do if you saw me coming to the field with a 400-pound running back? I would shake my head and be like, well, what's wrong with you? Because you ain't about that. He said, you damn right, and you quit the game, right? I said, yeah. He said, why would you play that fool? He goes, I understand Darryl Green's this and that. He goes, man, Benny doesn't know that. He doesn't know anything about football. So he doesn't know what Darryl Green was the fastest man. Roy, he said the same thing. You wonder why my kicker, Mark Mosley, has that front style kicking, the old school, because he kicked that way. He was the only kicker, I believe, in the NFL who won league MVP. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Doc Walker said about the 1982 Redskins in the documentary when he said if it wasn't for Mark Mosley, he wouldn't have a Super Bowl ring. That is called real talk. I mean, that's called realistic. The fact is, I went in there and found out what the kicking style was, and I didn't hide it. I told everyone what it was. Anytime I discover something new in this game, I share it with people. And so, it's just, it's ridiculous, man. And then it's not just him. It's like, I got people, it's okay when they beat me. It's good game. Oh, great. Oh, that was great play. That was a great game. But then when I'm winning the game, all of a sudden I get connection errors. Now, I understand, things happen. The other night I was playing a game and it was on my end, and I was winning the game by 3 touchdowns, and I got the loss because the cable company decided they want to be a bunch of fools and just, act up with the internet from whatever reason. They lost the game. It's whatever. I got guys quitting on me. Oh, I'm in the middle of hexing. The fact is, I'm in the middle of hexing. You want to play a game. First of all, I'm getting tired of playing regular teams. It's 2014. Game is 2 months shy of 7 years old. And it's time for y'all to get down or lay down. That's just all to it. You need to get in this hexing game or we ain't playing anymore. It ain't my fault that you're lazy and you don't want to put in work. Okay? Then I go play someone, and 3 times in a row now, you quit. Okay, I don't care if you're mad. I get mad too. Again, I don't like to lose. Who wants to win? I mean, who wants to lose? And so it's like, okay, well, that's fine. I get that. But you just play the game out. 3 times in a row. You're done. I'm not playing anymore. Don't even ask. One guy, he beat me. It's all good. Then I got, I beat him. All of a sudden, I get connection there. Then I play this one dude. I'm going to call him out. Secret agent man. A.K.A. Dorcas Razor. It was all good. Playing. All of a sudden, I went and I got a connection there. It wasn't on my end. My cell phone's still online, my laptop's still online, and my Xbox still online, and my girlfriend's cell phone's still on this line, on the same connection, and we all still use internet, so it wasn't us, it wasn't me. And so it's just like it's gotten to the point now I got to screen people out. Is this where it's gotten to? And I apologize for rambling on, but I'm chill now. I wasn't about 2 or 3 hours ago, but one of the reasons why I make these hex teams, I want to extend the life of the game. I've been emailing 2K Sports. They come back with some lame reason. I'm about to ask them the price. How much will it cost to update the name database? And I don't know what's going to happen. Let's say give me a price. And depending on what it is, I might come in my pocket. And that's how I'm serious about this game. Just keep the servers on. I don't care. Don't bring anything back. Update the name database. That's all I ask. First and last names. And I make these teams also, and I hex so that people can get on here and like, you know what? This dude's about the real. He's putting in hard work, and maybe I'll download those teams and I play against them. I won't do any cheesy stuff. I won't do any glitches or put your linebacker right there between the defensive line so that you can get a free shot on the quarterback. to where you come in so free that the ball, I could be in shotgun mode, but you come in so free that from the ball's height, you can almost take the ball out of midair. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's just a damn game. And I should have to make a video putting this out here, but you know, this is my own little way to vent. And this is YouTube, and I do as I please, just like you. My opinion could be your garbage. But you know, I'm done. And so, if you're about the foolishness, matter of fact, there's no more 3-strike rule. I'm putting it here right now. And the people who haven't seen the video, I know someone who might watch this video, you spread the word. No more chances, no more strikes. You got one time to slip up, and we're not going to play anymore. That means I have to play Coach P, World E, B.A. Boswig, Sense Be Pimpin', and Money on My Mind. I've got to play those dudes over and over again, the same dudes, and so bad. Because for some reason, you know, they understand what I do. They appreciate what I do. They acknowledge that I'm putting in work because they're putting the same work. They got their hex secrets. I got my hex secrets. I'm all about the real. You know, I'm starting even lighting up on the bunny hopping. Okay, but glitching the game, uncalled for. Pulling your Ethernet cord in and out, uncalled for. Cursing me out, uncalled for. Making 400-pound running backs, hell no. I'm done. It's the Dark Lord. I'm out. Peace.